Hi, fellow traders. I want to wish you all a happy new year. 2018 is just around the corner, and I hope everybody had a great Christmas holiday and just a general holiday season in general. Um, I feel one of the most beautiful things about the world we live in are the diverse cultures that we have and how much we can learn from one another. With with these emerging technologies and our ability to reach some of the most remote and previously untouched facets of our society, I think we're becoming closer than ever. And this is a very exciting time to be alive. Last year we focused on, start where you are with what you have. I started over 6 times this previous year at $1,500. And, I started this community in the span of a weekend, back in January. And have spent all year trying to turn it into something special. There have been special people that's helped me when I needed it most and that are still helping me. And I did all of this while trying to focus on my trading and teaching and chat. And I feel I proved what you can do when you have the perseverance and are dedicated to being successful. Because you guys that have been in the community and that stuck with me all year, you got to see it unfold live. So back in October, we started the fourth quarter challenge. Up till the fourth quarter, things just didn't progress the way I had envisioned them to. But hardly anything ever does. But I knew I needed to finish the fourth quarter strong and kind of set up and build a momentum going into the next year. So I pointed out the obvious. The first 3 quarters were history. The only thing that matters now at that time was the fourth quarter. And, I posed this question. Are you happy with your first 3 quarters performance? I wasn't. So I had to change some of my mindsets and habits. I had to identify and change everything that was creating the poor performance. And unfortunately, it took a while to kick in. Because really the worst thing that we could have done was to continue to do the same thing that we did the first 3 quarters and expect the same results. That's kind of the definition of insanity. That is, you continue to do the same thing over and over again and expect different results. So, I didn't want to continue to do the same thing. I needed to change it up. I needed to change my focus and get back to that foundation and help you guys build a foundation that you can take into 2018 and move forward. So I had 21 traders sign up. I was hoping to get about 25. That was my goal. But we got 21, so that was great. 9 didn't stay past the first month. 9 quit during the hard times. And, that tells me when you don't have the ability to stick things out, there's no way you're going to be successful in trading. If you get into something and you don't see what you want to see right off the bat and you quit, you're not going to make it. You'll never get anywhere in life. I learned that. I used to be that way. If it didn't come easy, I quit. And you can't do that. But we made it through this frustrating part. And, wait till you see where we are now. But 12 stayed active or, semi-active throughout the fourth quarter. 7 subscribed for the first quarter and 1 subscribed for the year. So out of 21, 8, they're still on track with us and they're ready to move forward. But it's a wrap. This fourth quarter is a wrap. 2017 is a wrap. And we finished this year strong. Yeah, we had our frustrations. We dealt with some things, but we made it through the wilderness. So to put this in perspective, we've made $10,641 for the month of December. We finished December strong. These last 2 weeks have been phenomenal. And you guys have been there and you watched it live. We had one red day. We had some slow days here in the middle. But all in all, if you persevere, if you stick to, stay focused, stay engaged, and exercise the things that you know, the skills that you have, you can make it to the finish line. So $10,641.32 for the month. And you guys saw it all happen. You may not have been in the room 24/7, but you should have been in for some of these trades. And they're live. They happen. They're unscripted. I don't know whether I'm going to take a trade or not until the time happens, until it tells me. And that's what you see every day. That's why I'm not going to sit here and try to type it in or anything like that. You see it live. You see my orders pop up. You get to see the execution, so you can match it up with time and sales. You can see exactly, what's going on. So you guys get to see all of this. So for the fourth quarter, we finished it strong. 15,106.42 for the fourth quarter. And we only made less than $1,000 in October. The first 3 weeks, we only made $399. The first 3 weeks of October. And since then, we haven't pushed the envelope. We've had some red days. We've had some challenges, but we made it through. And look at where we are now. To date, my goal for the year trading small was 75 grand. That was my goal. So I'm, well off of it. But the type year that we had, and for everything that I went through in the community and trying to get it to where it needs to be, I think this was an incredible feat. And this is realistic. This is not inflated. It's realistic. It was real. The struggle was real. And, you guys lived and died with me. So I think that was, great. So again, the struggle was real. In the back of my mind, even though, I was frustrated and embarrassed, I was glad that you guys were able to see the real deal. And again, unfortunately, some didn't see it that way, and they decided to walk away. But, in my experience, and not just in trading, but in education in general, I have a good feeling about, people I see and what they do, and whether they have what it takes to see these tough times through and be successful. You've got to have the mental fortitude to be able to take the good times, take the bad times with the good times and see it through. And this fourth quarter challenge was all about facing adversity head on, just running to it head on, and building a foundation that we can take into the next year. So if you stuck with me, you did see this transition. You saw it firsthand, and you saw exactly what the mental fortitude and everything you needed to get through the hard times and make it into prosperity. You saw exactly what it took, live, unscripted, unedited, and unfortunately it was raw sometimes. But I didn't quit. I didn't give up. And one thing I know is that if you quit during the process, you missed a lot of important and invaluable lessons in the fourth quarter. And the more you quit, the harder it is for you to get to your final goal. Too many people start, stop, start, stop, start, stop. And it's just impossible to get to where you need to be. So, to sum it up, out of those 12 that stayed active, 8 subscribed for next year. They're ready to go. The rest I think are still on the fence, but that's cool. You guys have to do what's right for you. Ultimately, you have to figure out, whether you are going to want to weather the storm or not. All right, so in 2018, we're bringing this back. We're bringing back start where you are with what you have, because you guys, you don't want to sit here and just say, well, I'm going to start once I save up some money, and then you save up some money and you're ready to trade. You're not educated. You don't have the foundation you need to keep you from losing all your money. So whether you have money or not to trade with, you need to start learning. If you know this is what you want to do, you guys need to start learning. You have to start learning. You have to get started pursuing your goal. And this is one of the hardest things we as adults face. Too often we're waiting for the perfect time or the perfect opportunity, but that's never going to come. It doesn't take near as much to get started as you think. I changed the dynamic of this community going in, later into this year, going into 2018, because I wanted the focus to be on education. And all those that are sitting on the fence waiting to get money to trade, I want you to know that you don't need that. You need to get educated first. And once you get educated, you may see that the opportunities present themselves. Just by joining the community, you're going to get a first-class education, for free. And we'll talk briefly about that, toward the end. But it's all about getting started. You start where you are with what you have. I started learning before I even had any money. When the opportunity presented itself, I was ready. And we have to be ready to take advantage of these opportunities. So what we're going to look at going into this year is we need to win this first quarter. So you guys know by now that I'm a college sports junkie. So, in line with that, I want to share a couple of examples with you. Now, last week I watched South Florida and Texas Tech in the Birmingham Bowl. You can see that Texas Tech won the first quarter in terms of score. But South Florida set the tone in the first quarter. They built that defensive foundation that was going to carry them through the rest of the game. They did what they had to do to stop them when they needed to be stopped. And that was built in the first quarter. So in this one example, you see they didn't win the first quarter, but they finished it strong. They won the second quarter. Okay, they did win the third quarter, but the fourth quarter they came out strong and they finished strong. But it all started in the first quarter. Everything that they learned, everything that they built up, the momentum that they built up toward the end of the first quarter kind of stayed with them. And they kept Texas Tech, feeling like they were fighting from behind. And that's what won them that game. That's what won it. So let's look at another one. Here's Wofford, and this is a team that didn't have the skill, the talent, or the capital backing them that the University of North Carolina did. You know, UNC is synonymous with basketball. You know, it's where Michael Jordan played his college ball. You know, they won many championships. They're always in the top 20. You know, but, you know, Wofford won the first half. They finished strong. You know, basketball is two halves, but then you have different segments. And Wofford won those segments. And in turn, they won the first quarter, the first half. You know, the game for Wofford was laid in the foundation they laid in the first half. The blows that they landed in the first half set the stage, and they followed through. You know, sure, they took hits as well, but they remained focused and stuck to their game plan. UNC didn't. You know, mentally they just weren't there, and they never got it. But just to put this in perspective, Wofford College is, you know, Wofford is a small private college, a small independent liberal arts school here in South Carolina. The enrollment this past semester was only 1,683 students. UNC is this big public institution with an enrollment of over 18,000 this semester. And like I said, this is a, you know, powerhouse. You know, so how are we going to win this first quarter? We're going to win it with our hard work and dedication. You know, talent alone is not enough to be successful. You know, the amount of energy that and effort that you put in is vital. Okay, no matter how much money you have or don't have, it doesn't matter. You can have all the money in the world, but you can't buy the success that you're looking for. You know, you can fake it, but you can't make it. No, every day your trading success should be on your mind. Every day with the time that you have allotted for your trading, whatever it takes to be successful needs to be on your mind. If it's not, you're in trouble. You know, focus on those things that can help you get closer to your goals. If you start letting negativity and negative things get into your mind as it relates to your trading, you're going to get further and further and further away from your goal. And you don't want to do that. So the more you quit when something bad happens, again, the harder it's going to get for you to come back. And eventually, you're going to quit. And once you quit, that makes failure permanent. And that's not, you know, what we're looking for here. So you've got a small window of opportunity here. You don't have forever. You know, a lot of people say, well, you know, I can't do it this year, I'll do it next year. Next year is not promised to anybody. Next week is not promised to anybody. So you have to get to the spot where you need to be and start focusing and start where you are with what you have. And why not start this first quarter? You know, this is the perfect opportunity. It's a brand new year. You've got 4 quarters to get to the end. Okay, you may start sluggish the first part of the first quarter, but if you finish strong, you build that momentum, you can carry it through to the end of the year. Don't wait to the last minute to put in the work. You know, the last thing you want to do is to play catch up. You know, so you want to put in the work before the opportunity presents itself. You want to be ready for when that opportunity comes. You know, we're going into the first quarter of this year. The first quarter of the rest of your life. So what are you going to do with it? Think about what you're going to do with it. Now, here's a model of the education plan that I have. And this is what I've been using all year. It's not going to change, but this just kind of puts it into perspective for you. You know, the first thing I try to do is connect your life experiences with the new learning. You're learning a new a new career. And what you did growing up, the things that affected you in life, they're going to affect you in your professional life. They're going to affect the way you think. They're going to affect the way you react to certain stimuli. And that's where the Trader's Mindset workshop comes into play. You know, and this is part of the subscription. You get that class. And what it does is it helps you understand who you are, understand the things that you experienced previously in life and how it affects the things that you've done or the things that you're doing and the decisions that you're making and the things that you need to work on so that you can get to be the trader that you want to be. And then we have the new learning, which is the trading classes, the live trading webinars. That's every day. It's all fake. I'm trying to teach every day. You know, through the trades, the live trades that I'm taking, the things you're seeing unfold live, the stumbling blocks I run into, the frustrations that I have. You know, all of that, I'm trying to teach you how you need to deal with these things so that it doesn't affect you negatively in your trading. And then you get to guided practice. You know, that's where you go and you're practicing on your own in the simulator, or you're doing limited live trading. And I say limited because you don't need to hit the ground running. If you're just getting started, you want to limit yourself to how much live trading you're doing. And you're practicing it, and you have the ability to send me your charts and say, hey, how am I doing? You know, and that's guided practice. That's what another big part of this educational model. And then the end, which I feel is the most important, is the reflection part of it. Your journaling. You know, too many of you are too lazy to do your journal. I mean, I'm not trying to make you mad or anything like that, but if you don't do it, if you don't take the time and journal and reflect on your trades and learn from it and document it, it's going to be very difficult for you to get to the next level. And that's what we're all here for, is trying to get to that next level, to where we are making money, we're making the right decisions, and we're doing the things that's going to help us be the best person that we can be. And you can see intertwined in all of this is mentoring. And this doesn't have to be paid mentoring. You know, some people need one-on-one help. They want that one-on-one help. They need that extra help. And that's why I offer that one-on-one mentoring. But this is happening every day. You know, this is happening every day. So you look up what the definition of mentoring is. And that's what we're doing every day. In the trading classes, in the live trading webinars. It's happening. So this is my simple model. You know, I can make this as complicated and use all of these big educational words like pedagogy and all of that, but that doesn't do any good. We have to break this down into its simplest form and build it up. And this is a process that I use as I teach everybody. It's a process I use to learn trading with. It's the one that I teach everybody. So I'm really inviting all of you guys to start where you are with what you have. It doesn't take much to get into the Average Joe trading community. So, you know, before we go, I'm going to show you just how easy it is to get started. Alright, so all you have to do is go to averagejoetrader.com, go to my website, go to the subscriptions page, and this tells you exactly what you get. There's only 3 levels of subscriptions. You get the monthly, the quarterly. You save about 23% if you go quarterly. Yearly, you save over 50% of the monthly charges. And it doesn't matter what subscription you get all of the classes free. If you can't make the classes, there are videos of it, and you get access to those. And this is everything you get. The trading education room, the day trading class, the trader's mindset workshop, the swing trading class, and access to the swing trading room. Now we're going to be documenting the swing trading just like we've been doing the day trading. I'm only in that room the first part of the morning because that's all it takes. If you're swing trading, you set up your swing, your entries, and everything first thing in the morning. If you get an entry, you take it, you set your stop, you set your target for that day if you have one, and forget about it. You're going about your business. You don't watch this thing tick for tick. Sometimes it may take 30 minutes to set up an entry. You know, that's fine. But you'll never see me enter a swing trade after 10 o'clock. It doesn't make sense. So that room is there just for the first part of the morning. We do build our watch lists on Sundays in the room. But we will be tracking our trades the same way that I've been doing my day trading club. And we're going to be adding the profit together because that, this part of our trading business. We're taking some swings, we're taking some day trading. Yeah, the focus for me, I'm still a primary day trader, but I do take swings, and that helps enhance my account growth. And that's what I did going forward, because as a teacher, sometimes I was not able to be at my computer. We might have had a field trip or field study, or we may have had some activities at the school that we had to be a part of, and I was not at my computer. So what I had to do was try to get into some swing trading, and I came up with some simple swing trading strategies, and that's what I'm teaching in the swing trading program. So there's going to be a more of an emphasis on swing trading as well. So you learn all of that. So there's no excuse. Come try it out for a month. If you like it and you want to take advantage of these other deals, all you do is pay the difference. You never have to, once you invest that month, you'll never have to repay it again. You'll get credit for that month if you upgrade. So no reason why you don't take a chance. Make the decision to join us for this month and see if you can build that foundation you're going to need to make it to the next level. So again, Happy New Year to all of you guys. Stay safe, and I will see you bright and early Tuesday morning in chat.